It's week 6. It's high school football. It's the Hillsboro Burros. It's the James Lawson Lightning right here, a home game for the Burros once again at John Cohen Stadium on a beautiful night in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm Drew Hull, joined by Ben Clay, and we got a matchup between the 4-1 Burros and the 3-2 James Lawson Lightning. Ben, we're in for a good one.
Absolutely. Here at John Cohen, it is homecoming night for the Burros. Hoping for an electric one. Lawson trying to come in and upset them. It should be a good one.
It should be a good one. James Lawson, a new school this year named after civil rights activist James Lawson. They replaced Hillwood High School after 63 years in business. A $100 million project approved in 2017 that opened this year, and they've got themselves a pretty good team. They went in, they beat Cheatham County, Sycamore, and Stratford so far this season. Lost last week to Spring Hill in a thriller, and lost their only region game of the season to Centennial 0-35. But Ben, after the Burros, we were here on site last week where it was the Kenwood Knights and the Hillsboro Burros, and the Burros pulled it out 42-7. Week before that, it was a Cane Ridge victory 27-7. Also beat Overton and McGavick so far this season. Ben, it is a nice night here at John Cohen Stadium. Looking in the 70s as we get on with the night. What's the weather looking like?
Absolutely. 79 degrees. There's not a cloud in the sky, and no chance of rain. It's just we're poised for a good night, and the weather is perfect Friday night football weather, and I'm here for it.
It is perfect Friday night football weather. As I said, James Lawson coming to this game 3-2, and Hillsboro coming to this game 4-1. But last year, under the Hillwood Hilltoppers name, it was a Hillwood team that went 2-8. New head coach Brian Lilly comes in from his defensive coordinator spot at Brentwood Academy and has James Lawson at 3-2. One of the most electric teams in the mid-state right now. A great couple of players, a great head coach with great energy in Brian Lilly. I think we're poised for a good one. Ben, what are the keys to this win for Hillsboro tonight?
You got to continue to run the ball, man. Last week, like we saw, 6 touchdowns from the running back core for the Burros, and Giovanni Reams, Marcel Burnett, and Eric Cleaves. They love running the ball, and when they do, it is very effective. The Burros have to keep that up. And another thing is keeping the Lawson out of good field position. Last week, Kenwood had a lot of good field position. They really didn't do much with it, but it gets dangerous once you get around a team that scores a lot.
And Lawson does have a kid who is absolutely phenomenal. Scored 5 touchdowns in one game so far this season. That's number 20, Cam Shields. The kid is all over the field for the Lawson Lightning. And as we get ready to kick the ball off, the Hillsboro Burros wearing the home green on yellows, green helmets, 3 yellow stripes down the middle. As for the visiting Lawson Lightning, only a 20-minute drive down to John Cohen Stadium tonight, but it's navy helmets with light blue L's on either side. White jerseys, navy numbers, navy pants, and white on navy look for James Lawson. And it'll be number 43, the senior Ben Ruiz, to kick it off. Ben Ruiz has kind of taken over the kickoff job as Drew Thornton's kind of focused on field goals and extra point, is yet to miss an extra point so far this season. And as we get ready to kick it off, Hillsboro won the toss. Hillsboro deferred. Hillsboro will be to kick it off. Back to return for Lawson. Number 9, Duran Head. And this one is going to be kicked out of bounds on the far sideline near the 30. The man back to return was Kawan Taylor and Duran Head. And you were talking about keeping Lawson at a good field possession, and now they get a 15-yard penalty in their favor to start the game.
Yeah, that's not what the Burros need, and really just this first drive, you want momentum, you want to stop them. The Lightning are looking to put up points and get their momentum on that side of the ball, and it should be a good one.
So taking snaps at quarterback will be number 20, Cam Shields, looking out of the Wildcat formation to start the game. They started him at quarterback after a couple injuries in the QB room, and he'll be set to play quarterback. A lot of run plays, a lot of run stopping going to be involved in Hillsboro's game plan, and they're going to throw a little shovel pass that's on the ground.
We got it.
And it's going to be an incomplete pass. He shovel passed it to the running back or the H-back in front of him. And it was number 14, Michael Bennett Jr., who jumped on the fumble. Unfortunately for the Burros, it will be an incomplete pass and 2nd down and 10. Lawson with a 2nd down and 10 from their own 35-yard line. They're moving right to left in the white jerseys, navy pants, and navy helmets. 11:40 to go in the first. And there's flags in on the play. It looks like it's going to be a false start against the Lawson Lightning. And they're going to go ahead and move him back. The flag called on number 77, Travaris Russell. And so that's going to back him up 5 more yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 15, Ben.
And it seems as though the Lightning are really trying to get the Burros to jump here early. They're trying to fake the fake snap, but it's causing some problems on their O-line. The false start pushes them back. And they've had some interesting play calling. It's been creative. That shovel pass, that's some sophisticated stuff for a high school team. So head coach Brian Louis trying to really get that involved.
He is indeed. So again, it'll be 2nd and 15. This time they take it from their own 30. Cam Shields, I imagine, is going to take a lot of shotgun snaps tonight. The man in the backfield with him is number 11, Kwan Taylor. So out of the gun this time, it will be Kwan Taylor. And Cam Shields going to motion as the quarterback. Shields dropping back to pass. Shields throws across the middle, and it's complete. He's got a man. It's number 84, Cedric Owens. Owens up the left sideline, and Owens finally dragged down deep inside Burro's territory at the Hillsboro 23. What a pass from number 20, Cam Shields, to number 84, Cedric Owens, and a gash. A deep slant route gashes this Burro defense early, Ben.
Wow, yeah, and Cam Shields had plenty of time in the pocket, kept his feet stable, and just hit Cedric Owens perfectly.
Go hurry up.
The field.
They've got it at the Hillsboro 21, moving right to left. This time it's going to be a handoff to number 11, Kwan Taylor. He's wrapped up immediately by Michael Bennett Jr. and number 55, Matthew Bean. So the ball was on the ground, unfortunately.
They're saying it's Hillsboro ball.
And they are saying it's Hillsboro ball. So the ball was let loose by number 11, Kwan Taylor, the ball carrier. And almost no reaction from the Hillsboro fans because it was such a weird situation. But number 55, the senior Matthew Bean, comes up with a huge turnover, has the ball up in the air, and it's going the Burro's way as they move left to right.
Yeah, that was a very quick momentum shifter there. Kwan Taylor just really, it seemed like the ball just dropped, and Matthew Bean just jumped on it. I don't know what happened there. He slipped, and I think the ball slipped. So, interesting play. Burro's big first stop on this first drive.
I imagined the ball carrier would have been down there, number 11, Kwan Taylor.
Yeah.
His first carry of the game, he fumbles it away back to Hillsboro. So again, Burro's in green jerseys from their own 22-yard line, 1st down and 10. It's going to be a handoff. It's going to be a fake handoff. Deshaun Trotter's got it. He's going to throw it to number 1, Kyle Hicks in the flat. And there's going to be nothing really going. Call it 2nd down and 9. But the play action fakes all year have been good for Deshaun Trotter. They love to get those guys out there in the flat and kind of give them some space.
Absolutely. The rollouts for him are very key in the passing game. They like you said, they love getting him on the roll. They love hitting the open guy. And it really does work well with this rushing offense. It opens up a lot. So they like to keep that involved.
So as I said, 2nd down and 9 after the 1-yard screen pass complete from senior to senior and Trotter to Hicks. Hicks is going to motion across the formation to the far sideline. Out of the gun is Trotter. He's going to throw a quick curl route. He's got Kike Baker. Baker's going to break a tackle on the far sideline. He's going to keep running. Baker to the middle of the field. Baker to the far side of the field. Kike Baker past the 40, past the 50, inside the 45, inside the 40, inside the 30, inside the 20, inside the 15, and he's finally shoved out of bounds inside James Lawson territory. And as Kike Baker rumbles down the field, a huge 80-yard gain from Kike Baker in this Hillsboro offense.
That type of effort is what gets you college looks. Kike Baker did not want to go down. Dude had him by the ankle. Did not go down, and he just found his way open.
Had it near the sticks on the very far left sideline on a quick curl route. He was able to break the tackle, run in the middle of the field, to get a great block by tight ends, and get to the far right of the field where he's finally shoved out of bounds. So the ball will be marked at the James Lawson 10-yard line. Again, Burrows move left to right, and it'll be Trotter out of the pistol. They get up to the ball quick. 3 men wide. It's going to be a handoff to number 6, Giovanni Reams. He runs a powerful run forward. He's taken down by number 44, DJ Rucker. But that run's going to be good for 5, and you mentioned it, Ben. Running backs are going to be very important, and a nice run play by Giovanni Reams. Shot out of a cannon every time he touches the ball.
Yeah, and we talked about him last week because he did excellent last week. It seems the Burros are trying to get him more involved in the offense. We've seen him more over the past, since the first 4 weeks of the year. Reams has been great power back, and it's working out well for them.
So this time it'll be a wildcat snap to Marcel Burnett. He's going to cut it out wide to the left. He's going to the front left pylon, and he scores.
I think it's a hold.
But there is going to be a flag down on the play. Yes, sir. It is going to be holding against the Hillsboro Burros. They're going to back him up a couple of yards, and it is still 2nd down and goal. 8:39 to go here in the first quarter at John Cohen Stadium. And an early explosion play from Hillsboro has put them in very good field position. So they're going to make a few substitutions. Dalton Bush, number 13, is checked in. Gio Reams checks back in for Marcel Burnett. So they had a big full house formation on the field there to try and get Burnett into the end zone. But they're going to go back to the base offense. So to be Trotter out of the gun, Reams to his right, Cartmel, the lone receiver on the near sideline. Trips to the left. This is going to be a screen play to Javarian Bradford that is dropped incomplete in coverage. Number 9, Duran had, and just an errant throw there from Trotter and a drop ball by the sophomore Javarian Bradford.
Well, it probably was best that he dropped that ball. I'm not sure what the plan was there, but number 9, Duran Head was in coverage perfectly, and he read that screen like nothing else. I mean, the tackle was there instantly. Interesting play call. Burrow's trying to work something here. The false start puts you in pretty poor field position. It's about 3rd and 17 here to the goal.
So to be 3rd and 14 from the Lawson 14-yard line. It's going to be a pistol look with 2 men wide to the right, 1 to the left. It's Kike Baker. Watch him over there isolated on the far sideline. Out of the pistol, number 3, Trotter takes a snap. Trotter looking for Kike Baker in the back of the end zone.
Did you catch that?
Touchdown, Hillsboro. Touchdown, Kike Baker, and the Burros find the board first.
That drive was all Kike Baker. Sets up the huge play to get them into the red zone, and then figures that out again. Great ball by Sean Trotter over the shoulder. Kike Baker, his hands are working tonight.
Back left part of the end zone near the pylon, a diving catch from the University of Alabama Birmingham commit, Kike Baker. 2 receptions, a touchdown on the first drive. That's how you get your star involved in the game. And on to kick the extra point is number 80, Drew Thornton, and he sneaks it in the left upright to make this ball game 7-0, and have been a very good opening drive from Hillsboro. Lots thanks to the passing game from Deshaun Trotter and that connection with him and Kike Baker.
Yeah, I talked about the run game pregame, but this passing game has been on point. 2 receptions, and they already got in the end zone from about the 25-yard line. So Hillsboro's been very effective with the ball, and that's a big momentum shift from Lawson was almost in the end zone. So The fumble really changes things. Burros are on the board quick.
So Burro 7, Lightning 0. James Lawson obviously visiting from their home near Bellevue in the Pegram area, a new location from its former high school in Hillwood, and they're down 7 early with 8:16 to go in the first. So on to kick again for the Burros is Ben Ruiz. Back to return for the Lawson Lightning is number 9, Duran Head. He almost had himself an interception on that last defensive possession for Lawson. And Ruiz kicked the ball out of bounds his first time, trying to redeem himself and give Lawson not so special field position on this drive. So it'll be Ben Ruiz, the righty, to kick it away. Yellow pants, green jerseys, green helmets, yellow stripes for Hillsboro. White on blue, navy blue for the Lawson Lightning. And now kicking away is number 43, Ben Ruiz. It's going to be a low line drive to the left side of the field, fielded by Duran around the 15. Past the 20, past the 25. He's going to truck his way forward. He's not going down. And he's finally going to be brought down at the James Lawson 39-yard line. And Ben, as you said, there is a flag down on the play, thinking face mask.
Couple of flags.
But a nice return from number 9, Duran Head. He was able to push himself forward from about the 30 all the way to the 39. So great special teams there from Lawson, although not bad coverage from the Burros special teams unit. So here's the call from the referees, and Ben, you were right. It's going to be face mask against the Hillsboro Burros. So they're going to mark the ball off 15 yards on that personal foul. And if the kickoff team penalties do not stop, Lawson's going to keep putting themselves in a great position to score.
Yeah, and once again, good field position, like you said. And I mean, you talked about it. These Lawson Navy pants, their school colors are very interesting. They have a color for every Tennessee or Nashville sports team. So it's a very cool concept. I like it, and I think it really sets up colors well.
It does. The Navy, obviously, for the Titans, yellow can be accredited to the Nashville Predators. As for their offensive drive, it's going to be a handoff to number 21, Terrian Brown. Brown will take it forward near the Hillsboro 40, call it the 41. It'll be second down and 6 yards to go. So Cam Shields hands it off to Terrian Brown, and now they're going to go ahead and hurry up to the ball. Far wide to the left is number 28, Christian O'Neill. To the far sideline stacked is number 2, De'Aaron's Guerriere. Out of the gun, Cam Shields in the backfield with him. Last plays carry man, Terrian Brown. And as the H-back for Lawson is number 44, DJ Rucker. This is going to be a wildcat. This is going to be a straight run play for Cam Shields to the left. He's going to get it inside the Burro 30. Call it the 29. He's finally knocked out of bounds by number 20, Dominic Hammer.
First down, Lawson.
So it'll be first down and 10 for the Lawson Lightning. 7:23 to go. The clock stops, obviously, with the out of bounds there, but not a bad run from Lawson.
Yeah, that's something that you touched on. Well, there was a flag,
Flag on
however.
the play, holding.
But
Against
Lawson will like to get Cam Shields involved in the running game and really run that offense through him. And obviously, unfortunate thing, but that really did work for them on that play. So I could definitely see them evolving that.
Yeah,
later
great
in the
block
game.
out there on that left side by number 51, Anthony Kennedy. But like you said, Ben, a pretty costly penalty is going to make it 2nd and 15 from the 50. Call it the Hillsboro 49. For just now joining us, James Lawson and Hillsboro in a region match. Burros lead 7-0 with 7:12 to go in the first quarter. This is going to be a passing play from Cam Shields. He's going to wildly underthrow his intended receiver on the far sideline, and that'll bring up 2nd down, make it 3rd down and very long.
Yeah, they tried to get Cam Shields on the run there, and it really, 2nd and long, you're trying to make it 3rd and short. It didn't work out well, so not a good 3rd and long position here.
So stacked to the right is number 2, De'Aaron's Guerriere. Number 84, Cedric Owens, who had a big reception on the first drive of the game, also stacked wide to the right. On the near sideline is number 28, Christian O'Neal. Out of the gun, Shields with the man to his right. He's going to fake the handoff. Shields is going to look right. He's going to step up in the pocket. He's going to throw deep over the head of everyone. The ball's going to be thrown at the Burro 30-yard line, which is way over his intended receiver's head. Cedric Owens was the man who was looking for the ball. And fortunately for the Burros, we did not allow him to catch it.
Yeah, and Cedric Owens really ran like a 10-yard in route, trying to get to the sticks there. About a yard short, Cam Shields just threw the ball a bit over his head. And Drew, an interesting thing here is, you know who Lawson's punter is? It is also their quarterback, Cam Shields.
Cam Shields, a do-it-all man, as I said earlier in the broadcast, had 5 touchdowns in a game against Cheatham County, and he's going to go ahead and stand back at his own 35 to punt this one in a phenomenal end-over-end punt. That's going to bounce down inside the Burros end zone. A nice attempt to try and down it at the 1 by Kawan Taylor. Called his name a lot, another do-it-all guy. But unfortunately for Lawson, it'll be 1st down and 10 from the Burros 20 for Hillsboro.
Yeah, and the Burros are really looking to build off of that last possession. Deshaun Trotter to Kike Baker was an excellent connection, and it really did work out well. Maybe get the running game involved now. The Burros are really looking to add points on.
So 1st down and 10 from their own 20. Hillsboro moving left to right. They've got 6:45 to go in the first. 7-0 is your score from a very, very nice feeling John Cohen Stadium, only 73 degrees, very little wind. Out of the gun, Trotter. Swing pass is going to be complete to Josh Cartmel, and he's thrown down. A big hit by number 84, Cedric Owens. And Josh Cartmel is going to be hit hard and dropped for a big loss. Nice play by number 84, Cedric Owens. And a big momentum-shifting play for Lawson. They feel like they may have a little momentum on defense now.
Yeah, that definitely did not feel good for Joshua Carmel. Owens just picked him up and threw him right back into the floor. I mean, great play by Owens there to read that screening and tackle the runner there.
2nd down and 12. Trotter wearing number 3 out of the gun. He's got Marcel Burnett, the big 6', 230 running back to his right. Trips to the far sideline. Lone man on the near sideline at receiver is Josh Cartmel. It's going to be a handoff to Marcel Burnett. He's going to be dropped immediately by number 13, Luke Katavug. So a very minimal gain of 3 or 4 yards, and it'll be 3rd down and 9.
And the Lightning are really seeming to feed off of this wide receiver blocking for the Burros. Like we've seen on these screen plays and that run there, the receivers aren't really holding their man, and the Lawson DBs are just getting in there perfectly. So the Burros are definitely going to need to step up that blocking to open more things up for their playmakers.
So 3rd down and 9 from their own 21. 5:30 and ticking to go here in the first quarter. Hillsboro 7, Lawson 0. James Lawson looking to stay up above 500. A loss in tonight's game to the Burros and make them 3-3. Trotter's going to roll. Trotter's going to look down the field. Trotter's going to pump fake. Trotter's going to throw. And it's going to be incomplete, looking for Javarian Bradford. Way too low in coverage for Lawson, number 5, Mason Hawk. But that was a busted play from the beginning. A little bit of a fumbled snap. Trotter tried to roll out, and there was just men all over him.
Yeah, Trotter tried to create something there, and it really wasn't working out for him. Honestly, a good job by him to just get that ball out and don't earn a sack or a loss of yardage there. The punt team is on for the field of Burros, though.
So it will be Andrew Thornton to punt this one away. He stands back at his own 5. On the snap, obviously the 4-star long snapper for the Burros, Mr. Kyle Hicks. Had a reception for 1 yard earlier in tonight's affair. Good snap. Punt's going to be off with the left foot, and it's going to be a knuckleball inside the 50. Fair caught and it's going to roll inside the 35, down near the James Lawson 30, which is where it'll be touched down by the long snapper Kyle Hicks. So a very good punt by Drew Thornton. 4:57 to go in the first quarter. Hillsboro Burros 7, Lawson Lightning 0. You're listening to the Burro Broadcast Network. So action has returned. We will return here for the Burro Broadcast Network. It'll be Lawson trying to capitalize on the punt last drive from Hillsboro. Although the Burros did score on their opening drive of the game to make it 7-0. So the Lightning trail 7-0. It's going to be a handoff from Shields to number 21, Terrion Brown. That'll be dragged down for virtually no gain. And as Lawson has it from their own 30, nice run defense by the Burros.
Yeah, great play by the Burros front there. You know, Marcel Burnett is playing up there with Dwayne Washington. They did not let anything get through the middle there. Great strong play by the Burros front.
Stopped by the middle of the Burro line, led by number 72.
So it'll be Cam Shields is going to continue to run this offense. Lawson's got 2 men wide to the right, 1 man wide to the left, the near sideline. This is going to be a handoff from Shields to Brown. Brown's going to try and take it off the right tackle, and that play is going to go nowhere. Number 55, Matthew Bean. Number 2, Dom Leonard on the tackle, and flags fly in at the end, back into that play. Ben, you're calling for a face mask on this one.
Yeah, and Lawson was trying to work something to the outside edge there, to the right of the field, and one of the Burro linebackers got in there, but runner got past him. He tried to use those hands to grab the player, grab him by the face mask. So unfortunate play for the Burros there. They had a great stop there, but it will give Lawson some yardage here.
So Lawson, it will be getting that yardage. Referees trying to determine how much of that yardage they're going to get. And they're going to go ahead and mark them 15 yards. So an automatic first down for James Lawson. And so go ahead and move the sticks. They're going to mark the ball inside Lawson territory still at the 45-yard line. So it'll be first down and 10 from their own 45. Lawson trails by 7. They're moving right to left here in John Cohen Stadium. Out of the gun once again is Shields. In the backfield with them is number 21, Terrion Brown. 4 receivers, 2 to either side of the field. 4-2-5 look from the Burros defense. Out of the gun, Shields is going to catch it. Shields, another flip pass, and that goes nowhere. Number 72, Dwayne Washington, bottles up number 21, Terrion Brown, and a great read from the Hillsboro defense with 3:40 to go in the first.
And they run that shovel pass again, and I guess they thought it had some open room last time. They tried again. Dwayne Washington was having none of that. Blasted right through the middle of the O-line there, and great stop by the Burros there to make it second and longer.
So second down. Not sure where they're going to mark this one. They're going to call it second down 15 from the Lawson 40. They're going to try and recover, expecting a run play, Mr. Clay. Second down and 15, trying to get some of that yardage back. The line to gain is at the Hillsboro 45. As I said, they stand at their own 40. Out of the gun, Cam Shields. He's going to motion Terrion Brown to his right. He's going to motion number 4, DeMarcus Williams around. He's going to fake it to Williams, hand it off to Brown, and that's going to be blown dead immediately. False start. There's going to be 2 men in motion for Lawson, and they will be backed up 5 more yards, second and 20. And yeah, too many men in motion right there, Ben.
Yeah, and this second and long could create some. You know, you're talking about the run. We might see a pass here from them to try to make it third and manageable, because second and 20 is not an easy doing for the Lawson offense here.
It is not. They're going to get the call from the head coach, Brian Lilly. Lawson on the far visiting sideline here in John Cohen Stadium. Hillsboro Burros stand in green and gold on the near sideline. Shields making an audible. He's going to go ahead and take this one from the gun with Brown to his right. He's going to just hand this one off to Brown. Brown's got some room, but that room's going to be closed in on immediately. Number 11, Case Freeman, in on the big tackle, and they're going to mark it at the Lawson 40-yard line. So they're going to make it third down and 15. They get those 5 yards back from the false start. So with 2:50 to go here in the first quarter, it'll be third down, 15 yards to go for Lawson, and a sticky situation for this Lightning offense.
Yeah, running the ball, it opens up a more doable passing down for this team, and so it was an effective run. They found the open hole in the running game, and we'll see what they can do.
Out of the gun, Shields is going to sling it down the far sideline. 2 DBs over there, and it's incomplete. Very close call intended for De'Aaron's Guerriere and coverage number 0, Kike Baker, and the junior number 10, Sorrell Burton. So very close call there. Guerriere almost came down with it at the Hillsboro 30-yard line on the far sideline. And it looks like with a fourth down and 15, Lawson's going to go ahead and punt this one back to the Burros.
Yeah, it seemed like a desperate 3rd and 15 heave there for the Lightning, trying to get a spark. The Burros use that Kike Baker run. The Lightning need something like that to get them moving and get them in better field position.
So it'll be a punt from Shields. He's going to step into it from his own 25. He's going to boot it deep to Javarian Bradford in a pretty favorable roll for James Lawson. The ball will be marked at the Hillsboro 23-yard line to start the drive. So, Ben, this Lawson Lightning team is kind of a curious case. They have given up a decent amount of points in each game. Opening night against the Cheatham County Central Cougars, they gave up only 15 points, only gave up 2 points to the Sycamore Eagles, but gave up 32 to Stratford, 35 to Centennial, and 27 to Spring Hill. They'll try and hold the Burros under a high point average that they've had all season long.
Yeah, and the Lightning opener against Cheatham County was a great one. They scored in the waning minutes of the game to get a go-ahead touchdown, so it was a great way to open Lightning football and a great way to open their season.
So this is going to be a fake jet sweep handoff to Javarian Bradford and a keeper for Deshaun Trotter. Trotter's got it inside the 50, inside the 40, inside the 30, inside the 20, inside the 10, inside the end zone. And there's a flag on the play. A holding is what they're going to motion. An electric run from Deshaun Trotter. And with 1:54 to go in the first, instead of going up 2 scores, they're going to mark this one backward.
Yeah, I hate to do the bearer of bad news there for Drew. Drew got excited about that one. Had to make sure I had to look for him for all these flags on the field. And of course, there was some yellow laundry. The refs love doing that to these spark plays. The Burros had another one there. Ruined. That was a great setup by the Burros. Trotter is great on the ground with his legs. And he's a great dual threat quarterback.
Had it on the far sideline. And it would have been about a 70-yard run for Deshaun Trotter, which would have put them up 2 scores. But as I said, now it'll be 1st and 20 from their own 20. They're still going to keep 4 wide receivers out wide. Baker and Hicks to the far sideline. Cartmel and Bradford to the near one. Out of the gun is Trotter with Reams to his right. Trotter's going to take the snap. He's going to hand this one off to Giovanni Reams on 1st down, and a very, very good run. Powerful run by Giovanni Reams, and that's a 1st down. A 21-yard run from Reams, and go ahead and move the chains.
Giovanni Reams is a great rusher. He uses his legs to push forward. These Lawson defenders are going to have to go low and try to tackle him from the waist down, because these arm tackles just are not holding him back.
Only 5'9", but he definitely keeps those legs churning, and he did enough there to pick up that 1st down. So it'll be Hillsboro moving left to right on your radio dial. 1:25 to go in the first. They lead by 7. From their own 35, Trotter out of the gun, man to his left. 4 men wide once again. Hicks and Bradford in the slot on either side of the field. Baker and Cartmel out wide. It's going to be a man in motion. It's Hicks. Trotter's going to throw this one across the middle to Josh Cartmel. He catches it about 3 yards short of the sticks, and he's dragged down by number 13, Luke Conteval.
Yeah, they ran like double slant routes there, and Trotter hit Cartmel open for about 7 yards. The Lawson DB was not letting him go anywhere further and slung him down there.
So a continued 3-4 look from the Lawson Lightning. One of the main men who's been getting pressure on Trotter all night long is number 57, KJ Cunningham. Lined up, and he's going to get pressure on him once again. It's going to be a slip screen pass to Javarian Bradford. He's got inside the 40, inside the 40, inside the 30, inside the 20, inside the 15, and he's staying up inside the 10 before finally 3 different white jerseys of the Lawson Lightning have to drag him down. But a slip screen turns into a big gain, and with 27.3 seconds to go, it'll be 1st down and goal from the Hillsboro Burros.
An absolutely wonderful play call there. The Lightning were not expecting that one at all. Javarian Bradford was open and had plenty of blockers and room. Great play call to get the Burros into the red zone.
A genius play call, obviously. They kind of let that defensive line come to the quarterback. Trotter dropped it right over the head of number 57, KJ Cunningham. And after Bradford caught it around the 40, he got past the 40 inside Lawson territory. So it'll be 1st and goal from the Lawson 10. And as time expires in the first quarter, Reams will take it forward for a yard. So at the end of the first quarter, Hillsboro leads 7-0 over the visiting Lawson Lightning when we come back Second down and goal from the Lawson 9-yard line. You're listening to the Burro Broadcast Network. So as the second quarter begins, it's the Burro Broadcast Network. Drew Hull, joined by Ben Clay in the skybox on a beautiful night here at John Cohen Stadium. Around 70 degrees, and the Burros looking to get their 5th win of the season. Ben, they've already surpassed Coach Brown's career high of wins in a season as a Hillsboro Burros head coach. Previous record was 3. He's now at 4, looking to get to 5 tonight. And they've got an early 7-0 lead, and they got a second down and goal from the Lightning 9. And now Hillsboro's going to switch sides of the field. They're going to move right to left. So out of the gun to start the quarter is going to be a handoff from Trotter to Reams. Reams is going to run forward for what looked to be a very, very powerful run. And he's going to be marked down at the Lightning 6-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and goal now after that run play from the Burros.
Yeah, and they really seem like they want to get this running game involved in the red zone, like we saw in the Marcel Burnett Wildcat carry into the end zone. It was called back, actually, but they are trying to get it involved, clearly. Reams with back-to-back carries. Maybe we see a pass here. Maybe we see them think that Lawson's expecting a pass, get another run involved. We'll see what they do here. And once again, Marcel Burnett is in the Wildcat.
They're going to bring Marcel Burnett and a couple big boys on there. 3rd down and goal from the 6. Handoff out of the shotgun. There's a carry out of the shotgun. Touchdown,
22.
Hillsboro. Marcel Burnett finds Patered. And it's Hillsboro 13. Lawson Lightning 0 with 11:15 to go in the half.
We don't have stats here with us, but the yards after contact for this Burros running game is absolutely excellent. They do not go down on first touch. And the Burros just love running the ball, and it's working out so perfectly with these backs.
So on to kick the extra point, as always, will be the left-footed kicker, Drew Thornton, the senior. Looking to keep his extra point streak alive tonight. And as always, referees seem to be holding up the game here.
That was a shot.
13-0, Hillsboro does lead. Up next for the Lawson Lightning, though. They visit Page and then come home to play Nolensville. So back-to-back Williamson County games in district, in region, before they head to Columbia Central to play at Columbia Central and then visit Glencliff to end the season. So the referees have figured it out. On to kick the extra point is Thornton, and the kick is up. The kick is good. So Hillsboro, with a wildcat run from Marcel Burnett, will have their first rushing touchdown of the game, and the Burros lead 14-0, 11-14 to go in the second. We'll step away. Burro Broadcast Network, your Burros up by 2 scores. So now on to kick the ball away after another score from this Burros offense. will be Ben Ruiz. And when I talked to a couple of players this week at school, they imagined this would be one of their tougher opponents, one of their closest games of the year, and they're off to a very early 14-0 lead with 11:15 to go in the second.
Yeah, they're off to a great two-possession lead here, and the momentum has not been touched by Lawson, And you were talking about their schedule earlier. Lawson could love a win here for the Burros, going into two difficult matchups against Page and Nolensville. A win against the Burros would give them some much-needed confidence going into two tough games.
And maybe a cushion for those two losses. You still stay at that 500 mark. Obviously, a win here would put the Lightning at 4-2. As in those two losses, they could kind of account for with that 4-4 record. They are 0-1 already in the district. Hillsboro has yet to play their first region game until tonight, obviously against the James Lawson Lightning. So this one will be kicked by Andrew Thornton. He's going to be on to kick, and it's going to be a pooch kick, and it's fumbled. The ball's on the ground. And it was fielded by number 11, Kawan Taylor, here on the near sideline. And he was smoked. Eric Taylor, Michael Bennett Jr., and number 32, Braden Hightower, all three drilled him. And it'll be James Lawson taking over in their own territory as they now move left to right with the change of the quarter.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was planned by the kicker, Drew Thornton, there, but it worked out pretty effectively, Kawan Taylor just was not prepared for that ball, and it just went right through his hands. So it almost worked out for the Burros, except the pooch kick earns Lawson some extra yards on the field position.
By the way, for the Burros, number 17, the senior Andrew Teamer is back out onto the field. Waited last week after an injury. He almost had a sack there. Instead, it's going to be a swing pass out to the left side. Number 20, Cam Shields, had it complete. And that's going to gain a good chunk out of that first down yardage. It'll be second down and what looks like 7. The receiver was number 84, Cedric Owens. Not a bad play there from the Lightning, Ben.
No, and it seems like both teams have been trying to get these screen plays involved. The receiver blocking might not be there, and the DBs are really taking advantage of that. Good gain for about 7 yards there, but Lawson needs a spark.
So it'll be second down, 4 yards to go. Shields is going to go ahead and take this one forward. This is going to be an interesting spot, very close to the chains. And they are going to call him just short of the chains. It looks like third down and 1 yard to go from the Lawson 39-yard line. They move left to right, and a big stop needed here from the Burros with 10-12 to go in the half.
Yeah, Lawson, I would say they definitely need a touchdown here. You need to put up some points going into half, or at least make it. If the Burros score a 3-possession game, it's very difficult to come back from.
So it'll be a 4-man front here from the Burros. 2 linebackers, Dom Leonard and Michael Bennett Jr., 5 DBs, including 2 safeties and 3 corners out of the gun. Shields is going to hand it off, and Terrion Brown's going to run forward, and my, oh my. This is going to be very close. They're going to move the chains. So it'll be first down and 10. Terrion Brown did pick up the first from Lawson. He's marked down at the Lawson 40-yard line just enough to move the chains.
Big third down run for the Lightning there, and the Burros weren't allowing that extra yardage, but they got that. The Lightning got that extra push there, earned the first down, and they're looking to spark something here.
Out of the gun is Shields in the white jersey, navy pants. He's got 2 men to his right on the near sideline. He's going to send a man in motion. It's DeMarcus Williams. He's going to go from the near sideline to the far sideline. Out of the gun is Shields. Shields hands it off. Terrion Brown's got the ball, and Matthew Bean and Andrew Teamer, a gang tackle. That run is going to go for nothing. Maybe 1 yard, 2nd and 9 for the Lawson Lightning now. And Matthew Bean was slow to get up, but he does get up. And so, as I said, second down, 9 yards to go. Lawson has liked to hurry up a lot, trying to keep this Burros defense on their heels. Out of the gun, Cam Shields has got it. Man to his left, 3 men wide, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. And that's a false start. That's a false start. Number 77, Travarius Russell, his second false start of the game. And that's going to knock Lawson back 5 yards to make it 2nd and 14. Big play for the Burros there on a critical error along the O-line for Lawson.
Yeah, that is killer. And they've been trying to do it all game where they're trying to get the Burros to jump on defense here. And it really is backfiring as these Lawson tackles have seemed to be jumping early. And it's putting them in a not-so-safe position on these downs.
Lawson's going to have to be disciplined if they're going to try and get tricky. Out of the gun, Shields is just going to hand this one off to Terrion Brown on 2nd and long. He had a little bit of room, and he's going to get a little bit past the original line of scrimmage, and he's going to keep on pushing. Terrion Brown still going, and near the 50-yard line is where he's going to be marked down. Great push by number 72, Chris Brown,
Number 21.
and the Lawson O-line. So although it is third down, a very, very good run of about 13 yards to make it third down and 1. The line to gain at the Burro 49.
Yeah, that run makes it very manageable for them, and it opens up the playbook a lot more. They are able to maybe a screen pass, and I would expect a run again. Like we just saw the push, they're trying to outmatch this Burro's front here with theirs.
Hillsboro's going to load the box just a little bit, and before they can get the playoff, Brian Lilly and the James Lawson staff are going to call a timeout. So 7:37 to go in the half. Your Hillsboro Burros 14, the visiting Lawson Lightning 0. Burro Broadcast Network. We'll be back when the action's back. So third down, 1 yard to go as we return to the action here at John Cohen Stadium. Just now joining us, 14-0 Hillsboro, 7:37 to go in the second quarter. Lawson from their own 49 is going to take the snap, and he's got the first down. Shields got a little bit more, and he's finally going to be dragged down way inside Burro territory at the Hillsboro 38. A gain of about 13 yards and an easy first out of the Wildcat for Cam Shields.
Yeah, and a great QB run there. And like I said, they were able to open up the playbook, get the ball to their playmaker and Cam Shields, who, as we've seen, created a lot. And so they were able to find the hole up the middle, and Cam Shields just ran it very effectively.
James Lawson, the newest high school in Metro, wearing navy helmets, white jerseys, navy pants, moving left to right on your radio dial. Shields going to take the snap. He's going to take it in between the right guard and right tackle, and he's going to be pushed backward after about a 3 or 4 yard gain. Case Freeman, Andrew Teamer, and number 20, Dominic Hammer, all three in on the tackle in a very minimal gain, although it will be about second down and 6.
This drive, Lawson has really seemed to be implementing the ground game way more effectively. The offensive line is getting that push, and the Lawson backs have seemed to not go down at all. They are using those legs, and it's taken about 3 Burros to tackle each runner.
So Cam Shields will remain in. They're going to sub in number 11, Kawan Taylor, for number 21, Terrion Brown in the backfield. It'll be one man wide to the left. It's number 2, De'Aaron's Guerriere. To the near sideline is number 28, Christian O'Neill. This is going to be a handoff to number 11, Kawan Taylor. And Taylor's going to have himself a first down, move the chains for the Lawson Lightning. And with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter, Lawson continues to drive on the Burros.
And once again, the ground game is effective. It's getting them, they just need 2 plays each time, just hand the ball off, and it's worked perfectly for this team. They're running no huddle here. They seem to find something.
Yeah, they've got the Burros defense a little bit gassed. Cam Shields is going to keep this one to the left side. He's going to sling it out on a screenplay before he passed the line of scrimmage, and he stood up and dropped from the Father Ryan High School transfer, number 14, Michael Bennett Jr. Nice open field tackle. They'll blow it dead, and it'll be about second down and 9.
Second down.
So Shields will go ahead and take this one out of the shotgun. They're going to keep that same formation with 2 men wide to the left, 1 to the right. As for Hillsboro, they've been lining up 5 down linemen on the defensive side of the ball. Only 2 linebackers in and a couple DBs. See if Greg Abner can finally stop this drive that the Lawson Lightning are putting together. Second down and 10, handoff. It's number 11, Kawan Taylor, and it'll be third down and about 10 yards. He gains nothing there, gained nothing on the last play, and so a big third down for Hillsboro.
And a great tackle by someone who already has a touchdown for the Burros there, Marcel Burnett. And grabbed him. He just needed one arm for that tackle. Cedric Owens was not able to get anything. Great tackle by Burnett there, and it's a third and long for the Lightning here.
Burnett, a 6 foot 230 running back and linebacker. Obviously, number 11, Kawan Taylor out of the backfield for Lawson. Just no match for that. And as you said, been a great tackle from Marcel Burnett. So now it'll be Shields, third down and 10. They've got it from the Burros 25. They move left to right. Shields fakes the handoff. Shields going to throw. He's going to pump fake. He's going to roll out to the right. He's going to roll out to the near sideline. He's got some space. Inside the 25, inside the 20. Michael Bennett Jr. and Dwayne Washington able to make the stop. And as he gets up to what looks to be the 20-yard line of Hillsboro, they will still be short of the chains. So we're inside 4 minutes to go. It'll be 4th down, 4 yards to go. Call it 3. They're going to move the ball to the Burro 19. Line to gain is the Burro 16. And the offense going to stay on the field for the Lightning, Ben.
And Cam Shields seems to be a bit shaken after that tackle. His right leg seems to be a bit injured. The ground game might not be as effective for him. You know, he used it very well there and found some open ground, but he really is seeming to be taking some pressure off that right leg.
Lightning cannot afford another injury at QB. Already lost their starting quarterback earlier this fall, and so it'll be a timeout from the James Lawson Lightning. But Ben, we talked about the tough schedule coming up for James Lawson. Hillsboro has got an equally very tough schedule. They head to Nolensville next week to take on the Nolensville Knights at Nolensville. That's Friday, September 29th. After that, they come back home. It's Hawaiian night right here in John Cohen Stadium, 10-6, October 6th against the Page Patriots. They head to Glencliff to take on the Glencliff Colts on Friday, October the 20th. And then their final home game, their final regular season game of the season is against the Centennial Cougars right here in John Cohen Stadium. The Cougars beat the James Lawson Lightning earlier on in the season 35-0. Obviously, Hillsboro will be looking up to put up a better fight against the Cougars, but 3 tough Williamson County matchups in the back half of the schedule for Hillsboro.
District play is it's getting into full swing for both of these teams, and the district is not a gimme at all. Hillsboro will be Nolensville and Page and Centennial as well are very good teams, and it'll be a battle for first place in this district.
So on to kick the extra point for the the field goal for the James Lawson Lightning is number 83, Austin Grace. So the field goal will be about 35 yards. On to hold for James Lawson is number 34, Kawan Taylor.
The kicker is up.
This one is going to be up.
And
it's no good. It is no good from number 83, Austin Grace. He had the distance, but he missed it just a little bit to the left. And it's 1st down and 10 for Hillsboro. A big, fortunate miss for the Hillsboro defense and a great stop to get off the field.
Yeah, this Burros defense and Gregory Abner has been absolutely excellent, barring the Stewart's Creek loss. 7 to McGavick, 7 to Overton, 28 to Stewart's Creek. That's one you want to forget. Cane Ridge, 7. Kenwood, 14. And so far, 0 tonight. Gregory Abner and his defense is ready for a lot of matchups, and they are proving it very well.
As you said, giving up 0 points to this point of the night. 3:18 to go in the second quarter. Burros offense will take back over after the missed field goal from the Lightning. Out of the gun, fake. It's going to be a play action pass. Trotter looking deep down the field. Trotter's got Tyke Baker. Who else? And he's going to get it down inside Lawson Lightning territory at the Lawson High School 43-yard line. A nice ball, end over end, right to left. Nice spiral down to the UAB commit Tyke Baker. And his 3rd catch of the game is a big one.
Just put it in like a 6-yard vicinity for Tyke Baker, and he will catch the ball. Great play by him. Trotter takes a shot, and it works out perfectly for the Burros there.
So they're going to continue to move down the field. They got at the Lawson Lightning 43-yard line. Out of the pistol, handoff. It's going to be Giovanni Reams. He's going to run into a wall of white jerseys, and he's going to be stopped after about 3 yards. So Reams shoved after the play. He's going to be down, and he will pop back up. Not a bad run, but 2nd down and 7. 2.5 minutes left, Ben. Are you trying to waste the rest of this clock, score with no time left? Or are you comfortable giving the ball back to the Lawson offense?
You definitely don't want to give them the ball back, but like we've seen, the Burros definitely want to put up points with that deep shot. So we could see another shot here. 2:10 and the clock's still running. Maybe some run plays, but I don't see the Burros really caring about the clock here.
Dalton Bush and Kyle Hicks flex wide out to the left, but it's going to be Javarian Bradford on the jet sweep to the near sideline, who's going to catch the ball and run for a pretty good gain. Number 84, Cedric Owens, pretty fired up about that one. Just a light shove with the left arm of Javarian Bradford, and not a bad gain. It'll be 3rd down, about 3 yards to go for Hillsboro. Not a bad 2nd down play call there.
Yeah, and Cedric Owens has been everywhere on the field for the Lightning. Definitely one of their top playmakers. He's been great on the defensive side and had a great catch on the offensive side. So the Lightning clearly, they trust him and they want to get him involved. Burros, good play to make it third and short.
Long two.
Been one of the shorter first halves that we've broadcasted here at John Cohen Stadium. Only 50 minutes to this point. We've got 1:23 left to go in the second.
Burro.
And it'll be a timeout for Coach Anthony Brown and the Burros with 1:22 left to go in the second. So as the action steps away, we'll step away. Burro Broadcast Network, Hillsboro 14 over the region opponent, James Lawson. They've got 0. You're listening to the Burro Broadcast Network. So as the action returns, we return. 1:22 left to go. If you're just now joining us, it's Hillsboro 14, Lawson High School 0 in a region matchup. 4-1 Burros taking on the 3-2 Lightning. Trotter out of the pistol is going to hand this one off to Reams. He's got it inside the 20. He's got it inside the 15. He's inside the 10, inside the 5, inside the end zone. Touchdown Hillsboro. Touchdown Giovanni Reams. And with 1:08 to go in the half, your Burros take a 3-possession lead.
Absolute lightning in a bottle for Giovanni Reams. I mean, there was no one bringing him down there. He found a nice hole up the middle, cut it back outside to the right side of the field, and had his blockers right up into the end zone. Great run play. And with about 1:08 to go, the Burros ran off enough clock, don't give Lawson much time, and they put points on the board.
Ball was handed off up the middle, split out wide to the right, and he scores at the front right pylon of the south end zone as the Burros move right to left. And Andrew Thornton knocks in the extra point. So here on homecoming, Hillsboro's got themselves a very big lead, 21-0 over the Lawson Lightning before we head into half. 1:08 to go in the second. You're listening to the Burro Broadcast Network. So as the action returns, we return here for the Burro Broadcast Network. Drew Hall alongside Ben Clay in the press box here at John Cohen Stadium for what's been a very exciting one if you're a Burro fan, as they have a 21-zip lead over the Lawson Lightning with 1:08 to go in the half. Lawson will be getting the ball back here on the kickoff following the touchdown from Reams, and been 8 rushing touchdowns in just 2 games for this running back trio for Hillsboro. Very dynamic group, and you mentioned it coming to this game. Run game is key.
Absolutely. Giovanni Reams, a guy, like we said, we saw more of him, and I think we're figuring out why we are seeing more of him. He's been great for the Burros the last 2 games, and they're trying to put even more points.
So Ben Ruiz back on to kick for Hillsboro, and the ball is going to skid out of bounds. So go ahead and move the Lawson Lightning up 15 yards on the kicking out of bounds penalty. So they're not completely out of touchdown or field goal range to start the half, to start their last possession of the half. With 1:08 to go in the second, though, they're going to have to make quick work of this Hillsboro defense.
Absolutely, and I'm not sure what the Lawson offense is doing. They seem to be like spread all over the field.
They're going to re-kick this one.
Re-kick, that's why.
They're going to go ahead and re-kick this one for whatever reason. So it'll be Ben Ruiz back on to kick for Hillsboro. After kicking that one out of bounds, and it skidded out of bounds, a flag is going to go ahead and restart the mojo of Ben Ruiz. So it was a false start against the kicking team of Hillsboro, which will force number 43, Ben Ruiz, to go ahead and kick this one away again. And honestly, probably better for the Burros. It was kicked out of bounds, didn't want that extra 15 yards stacked on.
Yeah, the 15 yards, getting the ball out of the 40-yard line, 50-yard line. But Now it is definitely a room for a serviceable return for the Lightning here, and honestly, they will have time to score a touchdown here.
Back to return for the Lawson Lightning. Number 9, Duran Head. Number 20, Cam Shields. And number 11, Kawan Taylor.
Just the quarterback on kickoff return.
Yeah, Cam Shields, punter, kick returner, quarterback, running back. He can do it all. And so now on to re-kick number 43, Ben Ruiz. And the right-footed kicker is going to kick this one inside the 25. That'll be fielded by Head. Head's got it past the 35 of Lawson, where he's dragged down by the man they call 1900, Nadavian Moss, alongside number 18, Joshawn Batts. And good coverage down the field from Hillsboro, and honestly better field position, worse field position for the Lawson Lightning than they would have had originally.
Yeah, declining the penalty seemed to be a bit faulty there for the Lightning, but I understand the risk. I understand wanting to get that even better field position, but that really does kind of hurt you here. It is not as manageable for the Lightning here. The Burros looking for a stop, keep it 21-0 going into half.
So it'll be a 4-man front from Hillsboro, 3 linebackers, couple DBs, man in motion for the Lawson Lightning. It'll be a double reverse with the ball, number 28, Christian O'Neal. And he's going to be dragged down by number 2, Dom Leonard. Excuse me there. Got mixed up with my names, but O'Neal will be dragged down. It'll be second down and 6 or 7 yards to go.
Number 28.
You know, you have to try stuff for the Lightning here, and they are trying it. So the double reverse, interesting play call. There was some open room, so I understand it, but we'll see what they can do here.
So out of the gun, Cam Shields is going to take this one. They're going to go ahead and try and hurry this one up. Pump fake. Shot down the far sideline. Incomplete. Way over the head of intended receiver Cedric Owens. And coverage down the field for Hillsboro's number 10, Sorrell Burton. He has not only been an excellent coverage corner, but he's been able to come down to the second level and make lots of good tackles.
Yeah, and Burton was really, he was reading that thing the whole way. There was just no shot for Cam Shields there, but they're trying to do some, 23 left to go in the second half, or second quarter, excuse me. 3rd and 5, we'll see what they do.
3rd down and 5, Shields going to throw a quick pass to the far sideline. Now it'll be the man who caught the pass, throwing it deep, intercepted. Inside the 40, inside the 45, it'll be Hammer just trying to go down and return this one, although there is a flag down from the referees down on the field. So Hammer intercepted that one under the ball like a can of corn in baseball. And with 7 seconds left, Hillsboro will take over on offense, is what it looks like. There was a flag down on the play. I would find it hard to believe it was pass interference or anything against this Burro defense.
It was.
But it was. Not sure what the call is going to be. But a very weird call as Ben. It didn't really look like pass interference down the field.
No, it really didn't, but the official is marching them forward, so with about 7 to go, they got the ball about the 45 and maybe a manageable Hail Mary.
So the ball will be marked exactly at the Hillsboro 46-yard line. James Lawson, Navy helmets, white jerseys, Navy pants. They continue to move left to right on the field, and a timeout called by James Lawson. So with 7.2 seconds to go, Coach Brian Lilly and company will try and figure out how to manage the final play of the half. With that said, your Burros 21, the visiting Lawson Lightning 0. You're listening to the Burro Broadcast Network. Burros with a big lead. It's the Burro Broadcast Network here from John Cohen Stadium, home of the Burros. And the Burros making their faithful proud on homecoming night, up 21-0 over the Lawson Lightning. With that said, Lawson does have the ball at the Hillsboro 46 with 7 seconds to go in the half. And this one's going to be thrown out of bounds. That has got to be intentional grounding.
He's outside the tackle box.
He was outside the tackle box, but there's really,
on the play.
there was no one in the area.
Yeah.
So the clock was stopped with 0.8 of a second left to go. Cam Shields rolled out to the far left sideline and just chucked it out of bounds. So they are going to call intentional grounding on number 20 Cam Shields, and that's going to make this Hail Mary attempt that we may see from Lawson a lot less manageable.
And it was smart in a sense, but also hurt them because Cam Shields was just trying to stop the clock, so he threw it into the ground. But it loses them a lot of yardage. I don't see Cam Shields' arm getting the ball 55 yards here, so probably a creative play call.
I would see a lateral or a double reverse or somebody trying to get wide open on some kind of trickery here. Although I guess Brian Lilly and company could just try and run this clock out. Only 0.8 of a second to go. Ball be marked inside Lawson territory at their own 45. And number 77, you know who it is, Travaris Russell, has committed another false start, the third time tonight, and that's going to back him up 5 more yards, and it's going to be second down and long.
Well, I wouldn't say the mindset changes here. Another creative play call, trying to stir something up. Their own little Lawson, don't have another word for miracle in my word bank, but they're going to need a magic here.
They're just going to hand this one off to number 11, Kawan Taylor, as time expires. He's going to actually have some room down the left far sideline. He's finally shoved out of bounds by the sophomore Braden Hightower. But it is halftime here at John Cohen Stadium. And on homecoming night, Burro Pride Night from the student section, the Burros showing their pride on the field. Hillsboro 21, James Lawson Lightning 0. Burro Broadcast Network will be back after the half. Hillsboro leads big time. Welcome back in from the halftime break. It's Drew Hull and Ben Clay here at John Cohen Stadium, home of your Hillsboro Burros. And after the homecoming theatrics, the band performance at halftime, we are back ready for some football. And Ben, the hometown Burros have themselves a 21-0 lead over the visiting Lawson High School Lightning.
Yeah, and it really is sparked by some huge plays. The plays 20-plus yards have been absolutely amazing for the Burros, and the Lawson Lightning have not been able to find the end zone much. Really, if they have started with field position, they have not been able to move the ball any further into the red zone. And then when the time they did, first drive of the game, the Lightning had it very close to about, I would say, the 25-yard line, and they fumbled the ball away. So really, they had momentum. They had a chance for momentum at the start. Didn't work out well for them. They are looking to gain momentum at the start of this half and hopefully overcome a three-score deficit.
We have seen Cam Shields, number 20 for the Lawson Lightning. If you listen to the first half, you heard his name called a lot. Obviously, a Swiss Army knife type of player for Brian Lilly in the Lightning, playing quarterback, running the ball a lot. We saw him on kickoff team. He's the punter. He's all over the field. And so he has been a bright spot for the Lawson Lightning. But for Hillsboro, Deshaun Trotter, he's been able to air the ball out to Kike Baker just a little bit. He's been one of the best receivers around the state so far today. And he's going to be looked at a little bit in the third quarter, fourth quarter. Not to mention Giovanni Reams, Marcel Burnett, and obviously Eric Cleves, number 9, not playing in today's game with an injury. Just a slight tweak of the ankle. But it's better to take a day off, win this football game by multiple possessions, and keep them safe as we head into Page and Nolensville. But on to kick this one away for Lawson is Austin Grace. His team trailing by 21. Burros will get the ball back. Back to return, number 12, Javarian Bradford, and number 6, Giovanni Reams. Pretty explosive group. Back to return. Austin Grace kicked his only attempt at a field goal so far today and missed. He's yet to kick an extra point as the Lightning have yet to find the scoreboard per the end zone. It'll be Giovanni Reams back to return on that one. He fumbled it originally, picked it up, and got out to the Hillsboro 29-yard line. He was dragged down by number 2, De'Aaron's Guerriere. So Ben back on the field for Deshaun Trotter and this Hillsboro offense. What are you expecting offensively from the Burros?
Up 3 scores. I expect them to run the ball a lot more. And like we saw last week, the second half of the run game was a lot more effective. I think the Burros love you grind, and then you eventually get to that point to where the Lawson front can't even keep up anymore. You continue to run the ball, you continue to run some clock off, and just run this game away.
We have seen both offenses kind of go at a very quick tempo. Obviously, first half was one of the shorter first halves we've called all year long. So Hillsboro offense out on the field. It would be Trotter in the gun. Hicks will motion across the formation. Trotter to throw. He's got Cartmel on the far sideline. Cartmel's going to stiff arm his way to a first down. Shoved out of bounds by DeMarcus Williams. So right out of the gate, Hillsboro's going to sling the ball. It's the 5'9 junior Josh Cartmel on the reception. And they're going to keep the clock running with 11:36 and ticking to go here in the third. So they're going to mark him just short of the chains. They're going to say number 4 Cartmel stepped out 1 yard short of the line to gain. It'll be Hillsboro from their own 39. They've got to get to the 40 to pick up the first and move the chains. Out of the gun, Trotter with a man to his left, 2 men wide. Bradford in the slot. Baker is the wide receiver. And there's going to be a flag, to me, a false start.
It'll be false start against the Burros, back about 5 yards.
So they're going to go ahead and back the Burros up 5 yards. So instead of a 9-yard reception, it's basically going to go out as a 4-yard reception. And so now it'll be 2nd and 6 for Hillsboro.
Right, and now you get into the thoughts of I would expect a run, but maybe they expect a run. You go to another screen pass like you did last play. So the Burros, it is a lot more difficult as a defense to figure out what a team is going to do on 2nd and 6, but I would expect a run.
They're going to line up with 4 down linemen. Looks like they're bringing a blitz, Lawson does. They're going to drop their man back into coverage, their blitzing linebacker. This is going to be bobbled on the snap by Trotter. He's just going to go ahead and tuck it. He's got it past the 30. He's got it up past the 35. And he's going to be pushed down for virtually no gain on the tackle for the Lawson Lightning, number 8, Aiden Merlin. His first tackle of the game, and just another busted snap between Student Government Association president here at Hillsboro, Devin McClendon, and the QB Deshaun Trotter.
Yeah, and it was a design screen pass there. It was out to Javarian Bradford, but the fumble snap,
Third down.
Deshaun Trotter tried to create some off a broken play, tried to get to the outside of the field, and gained about 1, so a 3rd and 5. We'll see what the Burro offense does here.
Not a bad idea, honestly, for Trotter, one of the fastest QBs in the region. Ran for over 500 yards back in 2022 in a not-so-great season. He's also been very dynamic so far in 2023. So it'll be 3rd and 4, Pistol look from the Burros. They're going to hand this one off to Reams. They've got a couple men pushing. He's going to be short of the chains. He'll gain 1 yard. It'll be 4th and 3 with 9:40 to go here in the 3rd. And with the Burros up 3 scores, you would expect them to maybe just stay on the field and try and pick this one up.
And I just think I would kind of agree with you. I don't think it's expected. I would punt the ball and maybe let the Lawson see if the offense is moving. But I understand going for it. If you score this possession, make a 4-point per possession game, it is not as easy as a 3-possession game and giving the ball back.
Nothing much to lose from Hillsboro here. They're going to bring Marcel Burnett out in the Wildcat, try and get him the first down, and he's got it. He's inside Lawson territory, inside the 35, inside the 25, inside the 15, inside the end zone. Touchdown, Hillsboro. Touchdown, Marcel Burnett. And with 8:55 to go in the quarter, the Burros strike on a 4th down. Great run by Marcel Burnett.
He just does not go down on first contact, and I mean, like I said, maybe punting the ball was the way to go, but obviously the Burros take the risk, and it worked out perfectly for them.
A great Wildcat run there from Burnett.
And it's a package we haven't seen yet from the Burros, but, similar to our hometown team, the Tennessee Titans, we see that Derrick Henry Wildcat formation, Marcel Burnett, big power back. We've seen that formation now. So I like what they're doing with it. And it's been great in the power game.
Andrew Thornton nails the extra point. The senior puts the Burros up 4 possessions exactly. Burros 28, Lightning 0. And as you said there, Ben, we've seen the Wildcat formation. They bring some big guys out onto the field, but we mostly see it down on the goal line. This time they run it 4th down and 4 from their own 40-yard line. They needed that one bad, and Marcel Burnett was able to get out to the far sideline and cut it up for a 60-yard touchdown run, his longest of the season. So with 8:55 to go in the 3rd, we'll step away. Hillsboro 28, Lawson Lightning 0. You're listening to the Burro Broadcast Network. We are back from the break. 8:55 to go here in the 3rd quarter at the beautiful John Cohen Stadium. We've dropped 6 degrees from the original kickoff temperature of 78. With 28-0 as your score here at John Cohen Stadium, it'll be Hillsboro to kick off right to left, which means the Lightning will work left to right. Navy helmets, white jerseys, and navy pants for the Lawson Lightning. Here's the kick from Ruiz. It's going to be fielded by the Lightning inside the 20. He's up past the 30. And he's dragged down around the 33-yard line. So not a bad return by number 5, Mason Hawk. It'll set up the Lawson Lightning with a 1st down and 10. And, Ben, let's see what Cam Shields can do out there.
Yeah, they definitely need to put up some points, and they need a spark bad. Whether it be a new quarterback, maybe switching Cam Shields to like a running back formation, but they need a spark. They need to put up points bad. You're down 4 possessions. Not easy to come back from at all, and you have 0 points. So you need to put something on the board at least. Something to get the offense confident.
It'll be Shields out of the gun. In the backfield with him is number 11, Kawan Taylor. Here's the handoff. Taylor's got it. He's trying to go right up the middle. Matthew Bean had him wrapped up, but he breaks loose. And although he only gets about 2 or 3 yards, great effort by Kawan Taylor. He's finally dragged down by what looks to be number 10, Sherrell Burton.
Yeah, Taylor took it up the middle, ran backwards, and then ran it back up the middle for a gain of 2 yards. Matthew Bean almost had him there. Had him by the jersey. Taylor got away from it. So interesting gain of about 3 yards, but it'll make for a 2nd and 7. And we have a stoppage of play.
It's going to be an official's timeout down on the field. They're going to send the trainers across the field. This happened last game.
It did.
At home against, against the Kenwood Knights. And so they're going to send the trainers over, maybe take a look at a white jersey and a Lawson Lightning player. So it'll be second down, 7 yards to go, 8:17 to go in the third quarter. Lawson trails 28-0. They move left to right on the field, and there's a flag on the play. It's going to be a false start against the Lawson Lightning. So instead of 2nd and 7, 2nd and 12, and a great break from this Hillsboro offense. Or excuse me, from this Hillsboro defense.
Yeah, and they really just are not helping themselves. I've said it multiple times. They need a score bad, and setting yourself for a 2nd and 12 after you get a 2nd and 7, it really does hurt the offense. It closes it off a lot more, so we're going to see what Cam Shields and the Lightning can do here.
So again, 2nd down and 12. They're just behind the original line of scrimmage. It's Shields. Sends a man in motion. That's number 44, DJ Rucker. He's the H-back out of the gun. Handoff, Shields. He's got Taylor. Taylor's going to break it out wide. Taylor's going to break to the near sideline. Brendan Bowie takes him down by his legs, and Bowie's letting him hear it. It'll be 3rd down and long for the Lightning, and a great open field tackle by the little man, Brendan Bowie.
Absolute excellent open field tackle. Went for the legs. Got him, popped up Taylor a bit, and Bowie was hype about it. Hyped up the Burro student section, the Burro fans. Got some energy, got some momentum going. See if they can get the stop on 3rd down.
So it'll be another shotgun look from Cam Shields. We've yet to see him take anything else, only shotgun. He's going to have a man to his left again. They're going to keep number 11, Kawan Taylor, out on the field, even after suffering a big hit. 2 men to the far sideline, 1 man to the near sideline. Out of the gun is Shields. Shields, play action. Shields looking to pass. He's going to pump fake. He's going to be sacked. He's going to be sacked. A big loss of yards for this Lawson offense. And it's number 2, Dom Leonard, number 72, Dwayne Washington, and the big boys up front getting the job done for the green and gold.
And the Burros front has been absolutely excellent today. The defense overall has been excellent today. Dom Leonard, this linebacking core has shown up week in and week out. They make plays. They make them consistently. The Burros defense really relies on them.
Only 6.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Homecoming night here at John Cohen Stadium as the Burros take on the Lawson Lightning. On to punt this one away on a 4th down and long is number 20, Cam Shields. He's going to boot this one a knuckleball back to return for Hillsboro with Javarian Bradford, and a favorable Lawson roll will roll down around the Hillsboro 24. Touchdown by number 13, Luke Conavoog. So with 6 minutes exactly to go here in the third quarter, Hillsboro 28, Lawson Lightning 0. We'll be right back. Burro Broadcast Network. The action has resumed here at John Cohen Stadium. Burros take over on offense after not a bad punt from Cam Shields in this Lawson Lightning special teams unit. And the first play of this drive for Hillsboro is going to be false start against the Burros. Looked like number 62, Jaden York, in that guard spot. Seen him on both sides of the ball tonight. Only a sophomore. He's been pretty good for the Burros, but at left tackle there just jumped a little too early. So 6:03 to go here in the third quarter. First down, 15 yards to go. Out of the gun is Trotter. Sends a man in motion. Man to his left as well. He's going to hand this one off to Reams. Reams is going to take it behind his blocker, Kyle Hicks. Reams takes on the contact and picks up a couple of yards. He gets past the original line of scrimmage. And on the tackle for Lawson, Mason Hawk, and a big collision there, Ben. Reams seems to be down.
Yeah, and I think I might have seen sparks fly. I mean, there was 2 guys running full steam right at each other. I could definitely understand a Reams injury. You hate to see it in high school football, but it's not good for the Burros here.
Kyle Hicks, number 1, both seniors. Kyle Hicks looks to be stretching him out, maybe some kind of cramping from number 6, Giovanni Reams. Coach Kelsey Fordham trotting out onto the field to check on him as well. Reams looks hurt pretty bad. He's going to be laying down inside Hillsboro territory around the 27. So as the trainers, coaches, and players take a look at him, we'll step away. Injury timeout, Burros up by 4 scores, 28-0, 5:49 to go in the third. So fortunately for the Burros, Giovanni Reams was able to trot off under his own power. Got some water, got stretched out a little bit after that powerful run, and he is A-OK. He's going to stand over there on the sideline and await his turn to go back into the game. So a couple cramps, so it'll be 2nd down and 7 from the Burros now. They got it from their own 25. Out of the gun is Deshaun Trotter, man wide to either side of the field. This is going to be thrown out wide to the far side of the field to Josh Cartmel. He was hit immediately by Durant, head of the Lawson Lightning. And it'll be 3rd down and a medium amount to go with 5:25 to go in the 3rd. Ben, what's the play call if you're the Burros here?
Well, I would assume, I think they run the ball here, maybe like we've seen them, they want to go it on 4th down, so I run to make it more 4th and manageable, but it's like every time you tell me to do this, it's a pass play, or it's the opposite of what I say, so maybe we get a screen pass in here.
Out of the gun is Trotter. It'll be 3rd down and about 5 yards to go. They're going to hand this one off to Marcel Burnett. And he is going to churn his legs forward. 1st down and 10. A great run off the left tackle for the Burros. And with Juju out tonight on the offensive line for Hillsboro, they've done a great job filling his spot.
Absolutely. The O-line has been great, and the wear and tear they have on the defensive they have played has been excellent. The O-line, great. They are conditioned. They are ready to play all 4 quarters, and maybe the defensive side is not. So they wear and tear, and it's working out very efficiently.
Burros wearing green jerseys, gold pants, green helmets with gold stripes. They move right to left on your radio dial as they take on the Lawson Lightning, and Marcel Burnett lowers his shoulder to get a couple extra yards. And on the tackle was the linebacker Daniel Hall for Lawson, and he's going to hear that one for about 3 days.
And I'll tell you what, I do not have that confidence to stand in there and take that tackle on. He might have gotten smacked, but he did not let Burnett go anywhere after that one. So it's not a fun tackle, but it's a good tackle by Hall there, and the Lightning make it a 2nd and about 6.
So it'll be 2nd and 6. Burros got it from their own 39. Out of the gun is Trotter. 3 men wide, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Out of the gun, number 3, Trotter. He's going to throw in a quick screen. It's going to be Kike Baker, and he's going to be run down at the Burro 45-yard line, which should be enough to move the chains.
Trotter's pass is complete.
They are moving them.
And they are indeed going to move the chains. So a great throw from Deshaun Trotter right at the face mask of Kike Baker here on the near sideline when he wanted it. And so it'll be 1st down and 10 from their own 45.
And really the play calls are really in favor of Deshaun Trotter, and I love how the Burros call it. They give him the screen passes, maybe a deep shot every now and then, but they also let him work in the ground game, so it works very to the skills of Deshaun Trotter.
Pistol look for Trotter. Reams in the backfield with him. Reams is going to get his first carry since going out with cramps. And he's taken down the lead tackler for Lawson, number 47, Zaire Griffin. Big boy, around 6'4", 6'5", but we haven't called his name tonight. Not a bad run there from Giovanni Reams. Good to see him back in the game nonetheless. And with 2:53 to go here in the 3rd quarter, it'll be 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Hillsboro knocking on the door of Lawson territory. They got it from their own 46, 47-yard line. So out of the gun, Trotter will take it again. Man to his left. He's going to send Hicks as the H-back across the formation. Out of the gun, Trotter hands it off. He's got Gio Reams once again. And the 2nd down carry from Reams goes for a very minimal gain. They're going to mark this one just inside Hillsboro territory at the 49. It'll be 3rd down and about 6 yards to go, Ben.
I would definitely say it's 2-down territory here, so we might see another run that we've seen in the past 2 plays, or a screen pass, something conservative that will make it 4th and short, or maybe open up something big.
3rd down and 6. Burros have it from their own 49. Again, your Hillsboro Burros will travel down to Nolensville to take on the Nolensville High School Knights next week. A big region matchup. Hillsboro looking like they're going to start this season off 1-0 in the region. Unfortunately for Lawson, they may drop to 0-2. So a timeout called by Coach Anthony Brown. It'll be the perfect time for us to step away. Hillsboro 28, Lawson High School 0. Week 6 action. Burros lead by 4 scores.
on the carry.
So as we were away, Trotter takes off for a first down carry. He gets it inside Lawson territory to the 44. Couple theatrics going down in the student section here at John Cohen Stadium. There was a stoppage of fan interaction for a little bit, so we had to stop, and then the play continued, but it is first down and 10. Great run from Deshaun Trotter.
And, it was some conservative that opened up. So, great run by Deshaun Trotter. Like I said, the Burros like getting him on the ground and using him effectively.
So first down and 10, Trotter out of the pistol. He's going to hand this one off to Giovanni Reams. He's got a couple blockers behind him, and the sophomore Jaden York is going to push him forward for a 6 or 7 yard gain. Nice run from Giovanni Reams, and we then are inside a minute to go in the third quarter. Hillsboro looking like they are going to put this one away.
And I mentioned it earlier, the Burros are just running the ball. You're letting the clock run, but you're also, like we've seen, they are making very effective runs, and they're moving the yardstick. So, great. I don't even know how to put it, but effectiveness by the Burros here in the ground game, and it's working perfectly.
Second down, 2 yards to go for Hillsboro. Trotter, number 3, out of the gun. Reams, again, to his right. He's going to pull this one. Trotter's going to run. He's got it on the far sideline. Trotter inside the 15. Trotter inside the 10 is going to be shoved down.
Let's move the sticks. That's another.
Pushed backward. He's going to be marked down around the Lawson Lightning 13-yard line. So a great read option play from the Hillsboro offense. And it looks like they're just going to let the clock run out here in the third quarter as we are now at 8 seconds. And with a 28-0 lead, Ben, the Burros are going to take this 4-possession lead into the final quarter of the game.
Yeah, and it's something where I could definitely see this next quarter being pretty similar to this quarter. So, up 4 possessions, you're close to the red zone. You are in the red zone. So, putting up points, making it a 5-possession game is going to be pretty evident for the Burros.
So at the end of the third quarter, it's Burros 28, Lightning 0. When we come back, Hillsboro will have it at the Lawson 11, looking to make it a 5-possession game. We'll step away. It's the Burro Broadcast Network. Hillsboro has got a big lead on homecoming. Burro Broadcast Network is back. We are here for a fresh fourth quarter in which your Hillsboro Burros have a 28-0 lead over the visiting Lawson High School Lightning. So the Burros have switched sides of the field. They're going to be moving left to right now here in the fourth quarter. They've got it at the Lawson 11-yard line. Burros wearing their home green jerseys if you're just now joining us. Green jerseys, yellow pants, yellow numbers, green jerseys, green helmets with yellow stripes down the middle. Lawson Lightning wearing the visiting white jerseys. Out of the pistol, Trotter's going to start this fourth quarter off with a run play to Giovanni Reams. Reams has got it around the Lawson Lightning 8-yard line. So a minimal gain. And it is not actually second down and goal. The line to gain is about the 2-yard line of James Lawson. So it is basically second down and goal, but if you do get it inside the 2-yard line, it is still a first down.
Yeah, and the Burros' run game has been very efficient. They get about 4 or 5 there to make it second and about 6. But I've always thought of these as situations. It's just a disadvantage for the offense, It doesn't seem like you're getting the first down, but you got 2 extra yards on you, so a little bit of a disadvantage for the Burros there, but trying to put the ball in the end zone.
So it'll be second down, 6 yards to go. Again, they've got it at the James Lawson 8. Here's a handoff to Reams. Once again, Reams is going to be
they got
marked just short. We were just talking about that situation, and he's marked down at the 1-inch line with 11-12 to go in the fourth. It's going to be a very easy carry to get himself into the end zone there, but an explosive run from Reams to get down to the Lawson 1. So now out of the gun, first down and goal from the 1. Trotter, he's got it. Reams in the backfield alongside of him. Reams, his third straight carry, and he's going to be bottled up. So maybe not as easy as I may have expected. The original contact was made by KJ Cunningham for the Lawson Lightning. So it'll be now second and goal from the 2.
Absolutely blown up by the Lightning front, and obviously, you're probably expecting a run, so maybe you send a blitz in. So expected the Burros front wasn't able to get enough of a push there for Giovanni Reams to get that explosiveness going. Second and about 3 or 4, so there's a lot more room to work with for the Burros there. We'll see what they do.
So second down, 3 yards to go. It'll be second down and goal out of the gun. Trotter looking to the end zone. He's going to pass this ball. Incomplete. He had Kike Baker wide open on the near side of the end zone as the Burros move left to right, and he just missed the throw. So now it'll be third down and goal. And if the Burros can't punch this one in for a touchdown, it'll be seen as a little bit of a missed opportunity.
Of course, but I mean, you're up 4 possessions. Maybe we see a field goal attempt, which we haven't seen. Maybe we've seen once all year. So get Drew Thornton out there, get him some snaps at actual kicker there, but we'll see if the Burros can punch it in here.
We'd love to see Hillsboro take a 35-0 lead, going for their first shutout win of the season. With 10-10 to go in the 4th, Reams will take it out of the Wildcat. Reams is going to run in. Reams, touchdown, Hillsboro. Touchdown, Giovanni Reams. And the running back doing his thing. Hillsboro 34, Lawson 0.
Giovanni Reams did not want to see Drew Thornton kick a field goal there. He ran that great hole opened up by the O-line and just ran it straight up the middle. Make it a 5-possession lead for the Burros. This one's looking out of reach. Second
touchdown we've seen rushing the ball out of the Wildcat formation in this game for Hillsboro. And so now on to kick the extra point for Andrew Thornton. For Hillsboro is going to be Andrew Thornton and Deshaun Trotter. Forgot he was going to have to hold the extra point here. So he's going to run onto the field down on the north end. Long snapper, as always, is Kyle Hicks. The hold is Deshaun Trotter. The hold is good. The kick is good. And Hillsboro has taken themselves a 35-0 lead with 10:04 to go in the 4th. So, it's the Burro Broadcast Network. Hillsboro's got a 35-0 lead over region rival James Lawson. 10 minutes to go in the 4th. So the band has come back to life to kick off the 4th quarter with the Hillsboro Burros. A 2-minute goal line drive from Hillsboro to start this 4th quarter. They started at the 11 and finally punched it in with a Giovanni Reams carry. So now it'll be Ben Ruiz, the senior kicker, to kick it away. Back to return for James Lawson is number 9, Duran Head.
The Lightning could use a spark here,
So here's the boot from Ben Ruiz. It's going to be a short pooch kick to the far sideline. It's going to be grabbed by number 11, Taylor. And Taylor's going to make a spin move. Taylor's still up. He's got it at the Lawson 38-yard line. In a very impressive return, couple spin and juke moves mixed in there. And it'll set up a pretty favorable field position for number 20, Cam Shields, in the Lightning offense.
They need to get some going and get it going fast. You're down 5 possessions. That's not an easy comeback at all. The Burros keep it up on defense. Maybe working it into a shutout.
Are looking for their first shutout of the season. Like I said, it would be the first shutout for the Lightning this season as well. They've put up points in every single one of their games except this one to this point. So 9-10 and ticking to go in the 4th. Limited time for the white jerseys and navy pants to punch one in. Out of the gun, Shields. He's going to pass. He's going to flip the the shovel pass. And this one's going to be a broken tackle. Terrion Brown still on his feet. Terrion Brown trying to carry it in to Burro territory. and is going to be dropped down at the Lawson 49-yard line, so a first down and 10 on a shovel pass to number 21, Karrion Brown.
Yeah, and another creative play. We've seen that shovel play twice already. They implemented it again. This time it actually worked out perfectly for them. Karrion Brown got out in the open with some blockers, and the Lightning are moving.
They're going to go no huddle here. They're going to send a man in motion. It's going to be handed off to number 84, Cedric Owens. And there's going to be whistles all over the field. Might be another false start against the Lawson Lightning. Let's look to see the call from the referee, the head referee of tonight's game.
Legal shift.
It's going to be an illegal shift this time against Lawson, and that's the second time tonight for the Lawson Lightning that them trying to move a man in motion or send a man in front of the quarterback on a handoff has come back to bite them and cost them some yards.
And once again, they've been moving, and these penalties, pushing them back 5 yards or anything like that, has really been limiting their play calls, and it has really been hurting their drives.
So we're down to 7:47 to go in the fourth. James Lawson has it first down and 15 from their own 44. They move right to left now to start this fourth quarter. Out of the gun, Shields is going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off to Karrion Brown, and Karrion Brown's going to be wrapped up and dropped by Case Freeman at the 49-yard line of Lawson. So forward progress will be stopped at the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be second down and 10. Not a bad run from Karrion Brown. And great push all night long from this Lawson offense. Haven't really been able to put together drives, but every time they hand the ball off, they get a nice push from this O-line, and they're able to extend run plays, and they have all night long.
Yeah, and on the passing plays as well, I mean, there's been plenty of time for Cam Shields to try to figure something out. They've been good downfield blocking on the screens and things like that.
So this one is going to be Karrion Brown to the outside, the far sideline. He's finally got it inside Burro territory to the Hillsboro 48. And it'll be third down and manageable, but maybe not ideal. Third down, 7 yards to go with 6:40 to go in this game.
They need to get this third down here. Obviously, it's 2-down territory for them, so they're going to maybe run the ball, maybe implement a screen pass or something in. You want to make it fourth and short. You want to maybe get the first down, but you really just want to make fourth down a lot easier.
Burros have brought in a couple more DBs. They're going to go nickel formation here on the third down and 7. Maybe expecting the pass from Cam Shields and the Lightning offense. Time is still ticking. 6:10 to go in the fourth. Shields is going to take a low snap, drop back to pass, going to roll to the far sideline. Shields is going to dump it off to his man. It's going to be caught by number 11, Taylor, and he's going to be spun down right where he started. And that'll make it fourth down and 7 on the reception by number 11, Kawan Taylor. So with 5:55 to go in the game, Lawson's going to be forced with a decision, and I'm going to guess Brian Lilly's going to go ahead and try and go for this one.
Yeah, and the play really didn't make it fourth down any easier. Clock's still running, so obviously I don't know if head coach Brian Lilly thinks this one's doable, but they're still going to try to put some points on the board. Clock is ticking quite quick, so this fourth down here would be great, and maybe they can put some points on the board.
So as I said, that play from number 11, Kawan Taylor, and number 20, Cam Shields did not go anywhere. They are going to stay out onto the field for a fourth down and 7. And Ben, if you weren't already having a positive mindset going into Nolensville next week, that game seems a lot more winnable after a big 35-0 win right here in John Cohen Stadium on homecoming. Very big win for the Burros.
Absolutely, and the offense has been working, the defense has been working, and both have been heavily efficient. So there's really nothing bad that we've seen from the Burros so far, and I mean, there's nothing more confidence building, confidence boosting that you could ask for.
And if the Burros are able to hold Lawson to a shutout tonight, that means they will be giving up only 7 points per game in the last 3 games. And coming into the stretch of region play, you want that offense ready, but most importantly, you want that defense ready. Page has got a quarterback who's going to sling the ball around the yard, and Nolensville's got a couple good guys who are going to be able to get out and make plays down the field as well. So although it might not be a very pass-heavy team or very dynamic team on offense tonight in James Lawson, Hillsboro still did an excellent job, and Greg Abner, obviously multiple-time TNFCA Assistant Coach of the Week so far this season. He's done an excellent job with this defense tonight.
He's done an excellent job with this defense this season.
For sure, and he'll try and get himself a fourth down and 7 stop to try and hold this Lightning offense to a shutout. Out of the gun, Shields He's going to take it. He's going to drop back. Number 20 to pass. Number 20 the pump fake. He's going to step up in the pocket. Shields is going to carry it, and he has got the first down and a couple yards more.
Great play by Shields. You know, there was nothing open from the Lawson receivers there. Shields took it up the middle, found a hole that his O-line built, and then got the gain for the first down.
Number 14, Michael Bennett Jr. was the man in on the stop, but it was enough to move the chains, as I said, for Lawson. And that's going to be too many men on the field. Number 75, Caleb Bell Myers, who started his career as a Burro, transferred to Father Ryan High School and is now transferred back. He played a couple times early in the season on the offensive line, and he was trying to run off the field, and it's going to be 12 men on the field for this Burro defense. But Ben, not a bad night at all from the Burro defense. I'm gonna propose a tough question. Who's been the most impressive player on this defense tonight for Hillsboro? You would think we've got this win secured. 4:46 to go in the fourth. Lawson is driving, but Hillsboro still up 35-0. Who is the most impressive player on the defense so far?
I've really enjoyed what I've seen from the senior Dwayne Washington. You know, he has been playing absolutely excellent, and he has been puncturing the Lawson O-line. He's been stopping all these run plays. He's been playing great defense. Dwayne Washington has stepped up for the Burros this week and made some huge plays.
He has. He's gotten great pressure up front. He's going to be off the field for this play. They're going to keep Caleb Bell Myers in there, 4-down lineman for Hillsboro. Shields out of the gun. He's going to hand it off to the motion man, number 4, DeMarcus Williams. Williams is going to get it, break down Glenn Robinson, cut back to the middle. He's going to be taken down by number 18, Joshawn Batts, and number 14,
Number 4,
Michael Bennett Jr., and the referee down on the field is going to say that Lawson was down before the ball popped loose. So number 4, DeMarcus Williams, gets out of that one easy. Did fumble the ball on a questionable call, but nonetheless, great defense from Hillsboro, and it's going to be second down, 14 yards to go for the Lawson offense.
Great play again, and you know, Hillsboro has put in some second stringers. They're looking to get some people more PT. So great play by the backups here. They're continuing to make this Hillsboro defense look good.
So out of the gun, Cam Shields once again. Only a 3-man front, a 3-3-5 nickel look from Hillsboro on defense. Shields rolling to the far sideline. That's still right. He's going to throw it. It's going to be caught. A nice catch. Cam Shields, one of his first completed passes of the night. On the reception for Lawson is number 36, Tanner Hupp, the tight end for this Lawson Lightning team. And so it will still be third down and a couple yards to go. Lightning continue to drive. They've got it inside Burro territory at the Hillsboro 34. Lightning move right to left. Third down, 6 yards to go. Hand off to Quan Taylor. Taylor's going to run it forward, and he's going to be marked just short of the chains. So great defense from Hillsboro. Going to bring up another fourth down this time with 3:19 to go in the game.
And really a stop here ends the game. They will run out the clock if they get a stop here. So the Burros getting a stop here would be huge. We'll see if the Lawson offense can get it done.
They're going to hurry up this offense. 4th down and 2. The shutout for the Burros is on the line here. You would imagine with 3 minutes left that they're able to get a stop, they would go ahead and run the rest of this clock out. May see a little bit of the backup quarterback, two-sport athlete, Trey Hodges. We've seen him in a couple games so far this season, including last week in a big win over the Kenwood Knights. So they're going to go ahead and run this play clock down. Lawson is. It's all the way down to 5, 4, 3, 2. And I'm interested to see if they're going to take a timeout. They are. So the former Brentwood Academy defensive coordinator, Brian Lilly, now head coach of the Lightning, is going to use a timeout with 4th down and 2 yards to go. We'll step away really quick. Burros 35, Lightning 0, 2:37 to go in the fourth. We are back from John Cohen Stadium, where a big 4th down is on the horizon, and not necessarily because the game is close, but Hillsboro looking to get this ball back offensively and shut the Lightning out. Their first shutout in 2 years for the Burros. So out of the gun, dropping back, Shields is going to throw. Shields is going to pump fake. Shields is going to take off. He's looking for a man down the field. Incomplete! He had a man open in the corner of the end zone, Shedrick Owens. It was going to be a very tough throw on the run, moving to his left. Cam Shields was unable to complete it. And now with 2:16 and ticking to go in the game, the Hillsboro Burros are going to try and put this game on ice.
Absolutely great play by the defense. Cam Shields got out of the pocket, set his feet, tried to make a throw downfield, and it didn't work out for him. Burros might have just earned themselves a shutout here.
So 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Interested to see who they bring out on offense, and it is the man, number 16, Trey Hodges, the backup quarterback of this offense. And again, it is very exciting to see these younger guys out on the field, whether it's number 32, Braden Hightower, the running back, number 16, Trey Hodges, the quarterback, all these younger guys who are going to be getting reps in the future. The senior Dalton Bush out on the field for the Burros as well, wide out to the right. It'll be a shotgun look from Hodges in the Burros. He's going to have trouble with the snap. He's going to try and run it out to the left. He's going to have some room. And he's going to be dragged down for a loss. Number 52, Xavier Spratt on the tackle. A little bit of a busted play for the Burros. Gets a yard backward.
A little bit of a high snap and then a little messed up handoff to the running back, Braden Hightower. But Trey Hodges found his way outside, made it about a 2nd and 9.
Burro fans, once again, please do not go on the track, Northern Field.
So it'll be 2nd down and 9 yards to go. We got a minute left to go. Burros move left to right. They have a lead here on homecoming at John Cohen Stadium, 35-0. It's going to be a handoff to Braden Hightower. Hightower's got some room. He's going to run it up past the 45 near the 50-yard line. He's going to be marked down, still inside Burro territory at the 48. But 1st down and 10, nice run from Braden Hightower.
And they love to see that. You know, Braden Hightower, a guy that they'll be hoping to get involved in the future with this Burros offense. Great job to see him getting some reps out here and making some plays out of it.
Seen him at the outside linebacker spot, getting varsity minutes. He is a very, very, very useful running back at the JV level, as the JV Burros have yet to lose a game so far this season. And after that 1st down, Coach Anthony Brown is going to go ahead and call it, and the coaches are going to go ahead and meet at midfield. So as the clock ticks down on this one, it's an exciting homecoming night for the Hillsboro Burros to make them a 5-1 football team after a 35-0 win right here against the James Lawson Lightning. A great win and another one in the books for the Burros.
Absolutely stellar play from the Burros. Absolutely great on the defensive side of the ball and very effective on the offensive. Wonderful win. Great momentum going into Nolensville.
At Nolensville and then back home against Page in the next 2 weeks. They've got to bye over that fall break before going to Glencliff and returning home against Centennial. So 3 games that are going to be very tough on the Burros, and I'm excited to see what they can do throughout. So again, for the Burro Broadcast Network, I'm Drew Hull. As for Ben Clay, 35-0 the final from John Cohen Stadium. Burros go home victorious, 35-0 over the Lawson Lightning. Tune in next week as the Burros take on the Nolensville Knights.